All right, spoilers for the entire series of Ironheart. I want to talk about a couple things. If you have not finished it, leave a favorite, come back. But Ironheart, the entire time, is a massive parallel to Tony, right? That is obviously not by accident. Not only is she as smart as he is, but that she is as more resourceful, I would say, he ever had to be, because he had enough money to just buy whatever he needed. It wasn't until Iron Man 3, when he had to go back to being the mechanic, that he had to use those resources and had to actually use his brain rather than the money and tech he had around him. Which obviously Riri says in the beginning, she has no access to those kind of things. She does get the grant at MIT to build the original suit that she has, which I think the grant that she was on is very clearly the September Foundation, which Tony references and talks about in the beginning of Civil War. And then the guy that was the professor when she gets expelled was the teacher that asks him about, is there any money in that grant for teachers? Like, the way that he builds the barf thing in Civil War to process his grief about his parents, to go back and live through that scenario again, the way that she, albeit accidentally, uses the grief of her stepfather and her best friend to create the AI that is Natalie, so that she can have not only something to bounce ideas off of, but also that she has this physical manifestation of her grief in front of her to help her get through it. Which obviously also leads her to participating with Hood and his gang to get the money for her suit that she is working on that helps her process things. Obviously, ultimately makes the deal with Mephisto. Also, there was a rumor like a year ago that Sacha Baron Cohen had been cast as Mephisto, and I was not sure how I was going to feel about it, but he was so perfectly menacing and so like smooth talker, the way that the devil like has been in other media to make deals with people. And then obviously you have the deal that she made with him to get Natalie back, but then also has to pay the fine, fare, the fee, whatever it is, to receive that, because obviously he gets something out of every deal he makes as well. So I'm hoping we get more of Ironheart somewhere, because I think Dominque Thorne is absolutely incredible, and I think this show was so much fun. There is so much more to pull out of the stinger, the end of the show, and that's not even touching on the Hood scene with Zelma that very clearly is going somewhere.